ever experienced, like, you're growing, you're grooving, things are happening, but you have like growing pains? You remember those growing up? I totally remember those growing up. And we're going to actually talk about, how do you deal with growing pains in life, in business, in relationships? What do we do about it? And what's the answers? Do you remember when you were growing up, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, and your knees were hurting, your elbows were hurting, like you were having growing pains, right? Well, the same thing is true for us in business. The same thing is true in our relationships. Anytime you want to have fantastic growth, you're going to have learning curves that you go through. You're going to have challenges that come up, and we have these curveballs that we got to deal with. So what does this look like in our business? Like, do you remember you're out there, you're prospecting, you're doing your thing, and you have somebody, and they come in and they are talking. They're like, I've done this before. I'm going to do it again. They tell you all these amazing things and you're totally pumped. And then they get in your business and they sit there like a bump on a log and you're like, what the heck? Right? Or let's say you have a prospect and they would be awesome, but they say no, or they put out some rejection. They're just not given the most positive response. What do we do? How do we handle these things? So there is a famous author. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. His name is Robert Frost. Love him. He's a poet, right? And one of his famous quotes that he has is he talks about, the way out is through it. Like, if you have different things in your life that you're dealing with, that you're going through, that don't worry about trying to avoid them. Don't worry about trying to change them. Change it is inevitable, right? It's going to happen either way. But focusing on pushing through it so that you can get to the other side, right? And it's interesting because I don't know if you're familiar with John Maxwell. He's got the 15 invaluable laws for growth. And what does he talk about in there? He talks about all these different things that we need to do to grow and get better. Well, let me tell you, my friend, out of all 15 laws, there is one that is absolutely my favorite. And that is the law of pain. Now, you might be thinking, like, why do you like that law? Well, okay, what's the law of pain? The law of pain basically says that you're going to have challenges, you're going to have drama, you're going to have life throwing you a curveball, you're going to have all these things happening. But it's how you respond to that experience, like how you view that, how you internalize it, how you take it in, that will either work for you in a positive way or work for you in a negative way. Obviously, Maxwell's talking about growth. So how can it work for you positively? And I love that law. You know why I love that? Is because it's been paramount in my life. You probably have had things that you've dealt with. We've lost home to foreclosure. We've had relationship issues. We've had, partnerships that went bad. We've had all these different things that we've had to deal with. But it's how we internalized it that helped us actually grow from those experiences. And now looking back, I would not change it for the world, because it's through that experience and the growth that came from it that we were able to move forward, push to the next level, and of course now have, had seen some great success in business and in our marriage and in different areas of life. And so, if you are struggling things with right now, if you're having some growing pains, look at the law of pain by John Maxwell. Think about the Robert Frost quote. Think about how these things can actually work for your benefit in your life. If you choose to shift your thinking, if you choose to think a little differently, if you choose to, view things at a higher level, how this negative drama, negative bad circumstance can actually work for you instead of against you. It can be your set up instead of your set back. So if you would like more information on that particular subject, I'm actually going through an audiobook right now. I'm a big audio reader. It's called The Obstacle is the Way. Pick it up, check it out. You'll love it. It's absolutely awesome. Now, that book is about 7 hours, but if you want something shorter, I have something that will help you, and it's called the 10-step process. This is something that will help you, clear some things out of your path, get dialed in, focused on what you want, and finally get to the finish line, finally receive your breakthrough. I've already had so many different people give me huge testimonies on how this has helped them in their life. So I'm going to make it available to you. You can click on the link that's listed here in the description and enjoy it, use it, apply it, and of course, message me so I know the kind of breakthrough that you're seeing in your life. So if this added some value to you, feel free to share, feel free to pass it along to the people in your organization. You might have a friend, a family member, or a team member that needs a word of encouragement and they're going through some stuff and they just got to know that the best is yet to come, that God's got greater things in store for them, that, you know, the thief may come to steal, kill, and destroy, but God came so we could have life and have it in abundance. So take advantage of the things that we have at our fingertips, and viewing it, how we see it, how we internalize it, how we take it in is 99% of the things that take place in our life. So take care, my friends, be blessed, and I'll see y'all next time.
For more great training and to receive your free bonus training, the 10-step process for getting out of your own way and finally rank advancing, visit summergeronimo.com.